one of the things that really helped me grow as a person, even beyond, my growth, one of the things that really changed my life was the moment I began to ask myself, what if, right? What if I applied for that job and I ended up getting it? What if I started that business and my business did succeed? What if I started that YouTube channel and I posted that video on YouTube and it helped somebody or somebody liked it, right? Or my channel blew up? What if I see that girl in the store and I approach her and she actually has interest in me, right? What if I took that chance and I did succeed? I think a lot of us focus so much on what could go wrong, right? And we never allow ourselves to perceive what could actually go right. We never allow ourselves to think of the possibility that things might work out if we were to take that chance. I think a lot of us reject ourselves even before the world rejects us. We tell ourselves no even before the world has a chance to tell us no, right? And this is why I talk so much about giving ourselves a chance. Giving ourselves a chance to have what it is that we desire from this world. A lot of us have goals, dreams, aspirations, things that we desire, things that we want, and we create these invisible cages, right? These invisible cages made from our self-doubt, made from our fears, made from our insecurities, and we confine ourselves to these cages. And not only do these cages limit our growth, but they also deter us from having what we want from this life. It blocks us from seeing the abundance that life has to offer us. It blocks us from achieving the things that we want to achieve and becoming the person that we want to become. All because we dwell in these self-inflicted cages. We create these cages from our internal limitations, right? And very often we blame our limitations on the world, right? And to some degree, like I said before, to some degree the world can have its temporary limitations, right? Things might seem like barriers or be barriers in the moment, but more so, nothing stops us from truly growing than our internal limitations. Nothing stops us from growing than our self-doubt, than our fears, and our insecurities, right? And even when it comes on to doing things, right, I think a lot of us, we suffer so much from this perfectionism or perfectionist, outlook, right? And I'm saying this based on experience, right? I was a person who suffered so much from my perfectionism, right? I told this story before when I was in the 9th grade. One of my teachers said to me that, one of the things that was gonna hold me back in life was that I was too much of a perfectionist, right? And in the moment I blew her off because I didn't really understand how this could be seen as a flaw, right? I didn't understand why trying to do things perfectly would affect me, right? Because at that moment I wasn't in the state of mind. I just had the regular state of mind as a 16 or 15-year-old, right? Or whatever age I was at that time. And as I got older, I began to realize how much my perfectionism was holding me back. How much trying to do things perfectly stopped me from, I guess, having certain things that I desired, or giving myself the chance to go towards certain things that I did desire in my past, right? If I wanted to start something, I would say to myself, I'm gonna get these 3 things in order, right? I'm gonna get this, and this in order. And after I got those 3 things in order, I saw something else that wasn't in order. I said to myself, I'm gonna get this in order. And I did get this thing in order. And then there's always something, that comes up that sort of holds me back from getting started, right? And I began to realize that there truly is no such thing as perfection. There's no such thing as having it all together. There's no such thing as, being, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Being perfect, right? There's no such thing at all. And as long as we try to do things perfectly, or we believe that we have to have things in order perfectly in order to start, then we're never truly going to start. We're never truly going to take that chance because we're always going to find something else that's wrong. And it's all coming from our internal limitations. It's all coming from our self-doubt. It's all coming from our fears, right? See, here's the thing. Life doesn't demand you to be perfect. Life simply demands that you do your best. That's really it. That's all life demands of us. To do our best in any given moment, in any given situation, right? And your best, it fluctuates. It's like when you go in the gym one day, you can bench 225 one day, and the next day you go in and you don't have the energy for 225, and so you drop down to 180, and 180 is the best you can do in that day, right? Or some other day, you try to shoulder press 50s, and the next day you come in and you're not able to shoulder press 50s, and so you shoulder press 40s, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, life simply asks of us to do our best in the moment, in the given moment. And our best is never truly, consistent. Sometimes what we have to give on some days is more than what we have to give on other days, and vice versa. Some days we have less to give than we did the day before, right? And that's okay. Life doesn't, demand us to be perfect. And life doesn't reward perfection either, because perfection is simply an illusion. You will never have it all together. You will never have all the pieces to the puzzle. You will never truly, have all the puzzles and know exactly what steps you need to take, where you need to go, before you take that step. The path reveals itself as we move forward. The path illuminates as we develop the courage, or we give ourselves a chance to move forward or to start. You won't figure, what you're supposed to do for a problem that isn't even here yet, right? And that's what a lot of us are trying to do. A lot of us are trying to predict the future, predict what obstacles we're going to face, predict what things are going to come up that we might need to solve. And that's really impossible. When you get to that point, you will figure it out. When you get to that point, you will figure out how you're going to do certain things and how certain things need to be done, right? Life is going to give you the blueprint, and life is going to give you the missing piece of the puzzle when it's the time for that thing, right? The path will illuminate itself. The path will reveal itself as you move forward. But taking that chance, taking that step is the first step, right? Starting is the first step. You won't have it all together. You truly won't. When I started this channel, right, I only, had I had a certain idea of what I wanted my channel to be about, right? But the more I post videos, the more I get a clearer picture of how I want my channel to be. The more I get a clearer picture of the message that I want to bring across. The more I figure things out as I move forward. But when I started, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I wasn't even comfortable speaking to the camera. There were so many things that were missing, right? And there's so many things that are missing right now. But as I move along, I'm figuring it out. As I move along, I get these nudges, my intuition guides me in the right direction. I get an idea of what video I should make, right? There's something that is guiding me along this path. There's something that is literally holding my hand every step of the journey, right? Whatever it is that you want to embark on, or whatever it is that you desire to do, you're never truly alone. There's always a force guiding you. There's always a force, walking the path with you. But the thing is that it can walk the path with you, but it can't walk the path for you. It can help you along the way, but it can't do it for you, because, you're the only one with the capability to do it. But if you don't take that chance, if you don't try, then how can you ever, have what it is that you desire? How could the path ever reveal itself to you if you don't have the courage to walk it? I believe every single one of us has a path that we're meant to walk. Every single one of us has a mission that we're meant to, I guess, bring forth, or we're meant to give to the world, right? A gift that we're meant to give to the world, rather, right? And it can only be given by us. We're the only ones that can give it because we're unique in our own individual way. Each of us has a different perspective, a different expression, a different form of creativity that we can give to the world. But very often we hold our gifts back because we're living in so much fear. We're living with so much internal limitation, right? No one has the capability to give what you have to give to this world. Your perspective, your expression, your form of creativity, it can only be expressed by you because you're one of one. You're unique, right? You don't have to undermine yourself. You don't have to compare yourself to other people because no one can truly be you, right? It's like trying to say that oranges are better than apples, right? And subjectively, a person might think oranges are better than apples, but in reality, none of them are truly better, right? They're just different. Some people like oranges and some people like apples, right? And whatever it is that you have to give, whatever it is that you desire, all you have to do is find the people that like what you have to give. Find the people who, are on your vibration, who are able to relate to you, who are able to see the world as you see the world to some degree, right? That's really all we have to do. And no matter how weird you think you are, no matter how, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? No matter how weird or unique you think you are, right? There are people that are going to relate to you. There are people that are going to like your form of expression. But you have to have the courage to take that step and walk your journey, walk your path, right? Stop undermining yourself, right? You don't lack the ability to do it. You were born with the ability to do it. All you lack is the conviction. All you lack is the courage to take that step. All you lack is the faith. That's really all you lack. And those things are things that you can develop, right? You can develop them. This is why I talk so much about trying, right? Trying. Doesn't mean that you're going to automatically believe you're going to succeed. But when you try, you open the path up for you to receive more information. And from that information, the path becomes clearer. And with that clarity, you develop a stronger conviction, right? Trying, slow steps, right? Putting one foot in front of the other is way better than staying stagnant. It's way better than not trying at all, right? Give yourself that chance. And here's the thing. You never truly know what could happen if you give yourself that chance. You never truly know what could happen if you try, right? You never truly know. Life is so funny that, simply taking that opportunity or taking that chance, there's so much abundance that can flow into your life. There's so much that you can unlock. And the life that you desire to live, the life that you want to live, may very well be on the other side of that risk that you're afraid to take. Only you can walk your path. Only you can do it because you are special. You are unique in your form of expression. Right? Stop undermining yourself. Take that chance, right? Give yourself that opportunity. You never truly know what can happen. And you never truly know where that path might lead you. You never truly know. Allow yourself to move through the fear. Allow yourself to move through the doubt, right? These things are things that are going to fall aside as you move forward. And I'm saying this based on experience. They're going to fall away as you walk the path, as you receive more clarity, as you gain more perspective, right? They're going to fall apart. But it all begins with a simple choice. And that simple choice is to simply start, is to take that chance. Right? So, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being here with me. And hopefully you got something from this video. And hopefully this video can really encourage someone to really ask themselves, what if? What if I take that chance and I do succeed? What if I take that chance and things do work out? What if I take that chance and that chance that I was afraid to take initially is the thing that changes my life? Because you never truly know, right? So once again, thank you for watching. Thank you for being with me. Take care of yourselves. Give yourselves a little bit of love every day, like I always say. And I will see y'all in the next one. Peace and blessings.